So this video is all about how to practice resilience. So when I think of resilience, I usually think of the model of a bank. So with a bank, you make withdrawals from the bank and you make payments into the bank. And your resilience is a bit like that. One of the most important things that I share in my resilience courses is that the time to invest in your well-being is when you are well. Which sometimes doesn't make sense because a lot of people will wait until a series of things have gone wrong before they start to think about their health and well-being and resilience. And from that space, that moment of crisis, it's much harder, it's not impossible, but it's much harder to build back towards a good, healthy level of strength, health, joyfulness, resilience. So the time to pay into this bank of resilience is when we are well. And that means that we can withdraw from that bank when the chips are down, when things are more difficult. And of course, those moments are going to be with all of us. We're going to experience the ups and downs of life. So how do we pay into the bank? So that's kind of up to you. And I hope that you've been treating your life as a PhD in what makes you happy, what makes you healthy, what makes you strong, what makes you inspired, what makes you excited. All of that is coming to you day by day in the feedback that the universe, the world gives you about your experience. So for me, I found out over the course of many decades now that the things that really allow me to resource myself are meditation, yoga, fitness, gym, good eating, good hydration, adventure, having wonderful friends around me, having a beautiful partner who loves me, hanging out with my dog, being with my family. So there's, being in nature is another big one for me, hanging out with trees in particular. So that's just a bit of a sense of the things that I've discovered through my lived experience of what resources me. And I hope you've kind of found that kind of list for yourself. What are the things that you need to kind of be navigating towards in order to be investing in the bank of resilience? And I think about them in terms of like what needs to happen every day, what needs to happen maybe once a week, what needs to happen every month, what needs to happen every quarter, what needs to happen every year. And so thinking like that, you're like, okay, well I probably need to meditate pretty much every day. There'll be some fitness stuff I do every day, good eating, healthy, all that sort of stuff. And then it's like, okay, what about adventure? Well, my rhythm is, if I go on some sort of adventure every quarter, that's pretty good rhythm for me. And if I do a big clear out of all the things in my house, all the objects and stuff every year, that's a good rhythm for me. So think through what are all the things that make you joyful, that gives you that sense of levity, that builds that sense of inner strength, and are you giving them to yourself on the right schedule? When it comes to withdrawing from the bank, sometimes it's things we can't avoid. It might be injury or illness, it might be tragedy, all sorts of things will come along to test our resilience. And then there are some things we can control as well. So for example, addictive behaviors are withdrawing from that bank of resilience. Thinking negatively of ourselves and others, having a poor mindset is detracting from our resilience. Speaking uncompassionately about ourselves and others. So looking carefully at your lives, what are the things where actually these are the shadow elements of what I'm doing in the world and how I'm behaving that actually are taking away, sort of withdrawing unnecessarily from the bank of well-being and resilience. So I hope that's given you a few ways to think about your own resilience and how you can really resource yourself. And do feel free to drop me a DM if I can be of further service to you. Thanks for watching.